Welcome back, children. I'm Srinivasan here. I'm a maths teacher. I'm helping the school going children as well as IIT preparation students. Let us see one example to understand the proof of cos of a plus b equals cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. Children in lower classes, we used to mark a point with x coordinate and y coordinate. But in higher classes, we used to do with the trigonometric ratios as cos x, sin x, like that. We used to do that. Now, let us see how it is described. Let us first understand that and then we'll go to the question. Now, we know this is the origin. I have taken a point on the unit circle. Children, the unit circle, why it is referred like that is the radius is always equal to 1. That's why it is referred as a unit circle. Now, let us join this O and P using a dotted line. And we'll draw a perpendicular from here. From P, we'll mark it as A. This is from origin. This is a point A and B. Okay, children. We know this is the x-axis, so this OA is x. The value of OA, I have taken this x, and PA is taken as y. That's why we refer the point as x comma y. Okay, children. Now, this triangle, I am going to separate it from that. For easy understanding, I am picking it out. This is a perpendicular. This is O, A, and P. The same diagram I have taken out. We will mark this as theta. Okay. Now, we know the opposite side of theta, we mark it as opposite side, and the hypotenuse opposite to your right angle. Right angle is your hypotenuse. Obviously, other is the adjacent side. Okay, children. Now, what is the sin theta value? Sin theta is equal to opposite by hypotenuse, right? Now, from this diagram, we can know that adjacent is x, opposite is y, and as we have taken, this is an unit circle, its radius is always 1. OP is the radius of the circle. So, hypotenuse value is 1. Now, we'll write it in this. Sin theta equals opposite is y and hypotenuse is 1. So, hereafter sin theta is referred as y. Similarly, you go for finding cos theta. Cos theta is equals adjacent by hypotenuse. What is your adjacent? Adjacent is x. So, x by hypotenuse again is a unit circle, radius 1. So, cos theta is equal to x. So, here x is equal to cos theta. I can write cos theta is equal to x. So, in higher classes, we refer the point as P of cos theta comma sin theta. This is how in lower classes x comma y is changed to cos theta sin theta in higher classes. Okay, children. Other things are going to remain as the same. So, understanding this idea, how x comma y is referred as trigonometric ratios in a diagram. Now we are moving for the proof. Okay, children. Let me draw the circle. Now, the same unit circle is drawn here with an origin O. Now, we are going to mark 4 points in the second quadrant as P1 and P2 and P3 as taken in the third quadrant, and the point is taken on the axis. And we know this is a unit circle, its radius is always 1. So, this is going to be 1. So, if you want to point, write the coordinates of P4, how will you write? We don't have an x here. I'm sorry, we don't have a y here. So, we will mark it as 1, 0. It's an intercept, right? 1, 0. Now, we'll join P1 and O. Now, let us mark this angle as x. So, remember the previous diagram, when that was theta, we wrote it as cos theta comma sin theta. When this is the angle x, we should write it as, yes, cos x comma sin x is the right answer. Very good. Now, we'll join origin and P2. Now, we'll join the origin and P2. Now, we'll mark this angle as y. So, what will be the coordinates of P2? Always an angle is measured in the anti-clockwise direction for positive, right? So, from x you have to measure. So, for that it was x. Now, we should write it as x plus y. The angle is x plus y. So, the P2 coordinates will be cos of x plus y comma sin of x plus y. because the angle is x plus y. Now I am going to join origin and P3. Okay. Now I am at origin. Now I am going for a clockwise direction. Clockwise direction, let us assume it as minus y from here, from this point. It's minus y. So what are the coordinates of P3? Yes, you are right. Cos of minus y, comma, sine of minus y. Okay. Right, children? Up to this, are you very clear? So this is, the radius is 1. So we have taken it as 1, 0, P4. P1, the angle is x. So we have taken it as cos x and sin x. Then from x to y, always angle is marked from 0 to the positive degree. So x plus y. So cos of x plus y, comma, sine of x plus y. For P3, you have taken in a clockwise direction, cos of minus y, comma, sine of minus y. So knowing this ideas, we'll go for the next step. We will join P1 and P3. We will join P1 and P3. These are all required to prove this cos of a plus b. Okay, children. Now I have joined P1 and P3. Now look into the triangle. Can you see one triangle? The triangle P1, O, P3. Can you see that clearly? P1, O, P3. This triangle. Okay, children. And we are going to think about another triangle joining P2 and P4. I am joining P2 and P4. P2 and P4. Now the second triangle P2O P4. P2O P4. Look into the triangle P2O P4. Now I am going to prove these two triangles are congruent. They are congruent only. I will pick out these two triangles and separately I will draw for your understanding. I am picking out the triangle. Okay. This is an unit circle, so the radius is always 1. Okay, children. Now the next triangle. Origin. Children, again OP3, OP4 are the radius of the unit circle, so they are always 1. Now we can see this triangle is what type of triangle? This is an isosceles triangle. So whatever is the angle here will be the same. And again, this is also an isosceles triangle with a side length of 1. So the angle is going to be same. So we know these two angles are corresponding two angles are same. When two angles are same, the third will also be same. For example, this is 30 and this is 30. 30 and 30 be 60. The remaining 120 will be here. Correct. The same way, we have proved that they are equal angles, 30 and 30. So the third has to be same. And the sides are same. So SAS congruence, you can say these two triangles are congruent. Okay, this is an example I have taken. They are not 30 degree. That's an example to understand that I have drawn. Okay, you can make this rough diagram in your notebook to understand. So from this we can see by SAS congruent rule, these two triangles becomes congruent. Triangle P1 OP3 is congruent to triangle P2 OP4. Okay, children. Now from the, we know congruent in congruent triangle corresponding sides are always equal. So now P1 P3 is equal to, P1 P3 is equal to P2 P4. Correct. P2 and P4. So the line segment P1 P3 is equal to P2 P4. Okay. By CPCT. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Okay, children. P1 P3 and P2 P4 are equal. Now having this idea in our mind, we are going to prove this theorem very easily. We can prove. Okay. Now P1 P3, we will find the distance. What are the coordinates of P1? The coordinates of P1 is cos x, sin x. What is the coordinates of P3? Yes, cos of minus y, sine of minus y. So cos of minus y, we know cos of minus theta, they are angle, right? Cos of minus theta is equal to cos theta, sine of minus theta is equal to minus sine theta. So this can also be written as cos y comma minus sine y using this formula. So you have these two coordinates. Now we are trying to find the distance between P1 and P3. Here we are finding this distance. So what is the distance formula? Distance is equal to, we'll take the letter D as root of, yes, x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. Okay children, the same thing I am going to apply here. If this is d squared, then I can remove the square root, x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. So I am going to find the distance between P1 and P3. So I can write P1 P3 squared is equal to, this is x1 y1, this is x2 y2. So x1 y1, x2 is y2. Now substituting this, what you will get? Cos y minus cos x the whole square plus minus sin y minus sin x the whole square. Okay children, now shall we start doing it? Square it. We know a minus b the whole square formula, a squared plus b squared minus 2ab. Okay, as there is no space, I am going to write it here. Just a minute. I am going to continue here. P1 P3 square is equal to, yes, a minus b the whole square, a square plus b square minus 2ab cos x into cos y. Okay children, plus, as both are minus, if you take minus outside and square it, it will become plus. So this minus sin y minus sin x can be written as sin y plus sin x the whole square. So a plus b the whole square. So a squared plus b squared plus 2ab. Okay children, now cos square y plus sin square y. We know cos square x plus cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1. Correct? Applying this, cos square y plus sin square y becomes 1. Same is the case with cos square x and sin square x is 1. Now in this we see I am taking minus 2 as a common term. So what I have? Cos x cos y. This is plus. So I have taken minus out. So it should change to minus sin x sin y. Do you understand children? I have taken minus 2 outside from this one and this term. Okay. So 2 minus 2 cos x cos y minus sin x sin y. This is your P1 P3 the whole square. Okay children. Now what is your next line segment you have? You have P2 P4, correct? So P2 P4 the whole square, we go with that. What are the coordinates of P2? The coordinates of P2 is, you see the diagram and tell me. Yes. Sorry, I take a little time to find this. Cos x plus y comma sin x plus y. This is the coordinates of P2. P4, the coordinate of P4 is 1 comma 0. Okay children, now we are finding the distance between P2 P4. So to remove the square root, I am squaring it. Now this is your x1 y1 and this is your x2 comma y2. Now applying the formula x2 minus x1, I will have 1 minus cos of x plus y the whole square, x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1, 0 minus sin of x plus y the whole square. This is thus the distance formula children. x2 minus x on the whole square plus y2 minus y on the whole square. This is x1 y1. 1 comma 0 is your x2 y2. There is no space, I have written here. Now a minus b the whole square formula. A squared plus b squared minus 2 into a into b. Here this is very easy because minus is squared, so you get sin square x plus y. Children, here you see 1 is there, cos square x plus y, sin square x plus y. Cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1. So we have a 1 here. Now what is remaining? Minus 2 cos x plus y. Now 1 plus 1 is 2. So 2 minus 2 cos of x plus y. So this is equation number 1. This is P2, P4 the whole square. This is your equation number 2. We have proved that P1, P3 is equal to P2, P4. Congruent triangle proof. So P1, P3 is equal to P2, P4. Obviously P1 square, P2, P4 will also be equal. So this is equal to this one. I am going to write. We'll write this equation. 2 minus 2 cos of x plus y equals 2 minus 2 of, I am writing this part, cos x cos y minus sin x sin y. Okay children, we have come to an end. Can you see that? Cancelling this 2 on both sides and dividing by minus 2 on both sides. So you have cos of x plus y is equal to cos x cos y minus sin x sin y. You need to prove a and b, which is nothing but x and y. So you replace x with a and y with b, you will have cos of a plus b equal to cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. We have proved it. Okay children, this is the proof. Join with me, we can discuss more, we will explore more. Thank you.